Welcome, Talking Fight fans around the world. Welcome to another episode with Christian on the Olympics that are going to happen in Tokyo this July. Mark my words. I'm looking forward to them.
What's the time and date on that we're marking?
Yes, mark my words on this day. At this time, I know we're going to enjoy the Olympics in July in Tokyo, not Orlando. I actually believe another city came forward and offered up their city to host the Olympics.
I don't think you'd have too many that'd turn it down. Toronto would, but there's not many that would, in my personal opinion at this point in time. Hard to say, but we'd have a couple of things to cover today.
Let it rip.
Hot on the heels of what we were talking about just yesterday. Two stories I want to cover today. The first one, based around the conversation we had yesterday about the cancellation of the World Qualifier. And we said, we're obviously going to be seeing some statements coming out from some of the world bodies that have been affected by this rule change. So the first out of the box were our friends in the Philippines. So this is what's going on over there right now. Filipino boxers are going to continue to train even after the world qualifying event for Tokyo 2020 was officially canceled. So this is according to the Association of Boxing Alliances in the Philippines, the ABAP, their Secretary General, Ed Pixon, who stressed that there remains a pathway for Filipino boxers to qualify for the Games. Quote, they need to train all the more, Pixon said, of the Filipino boxers in a message that he had for ABS-CBN News. As we know, the tournament was originally set for May 2020 in Paris, but was then rescheduled to June 2021 due to the COVID-19 pandemic before it was eventually canceled. Among the Filipino boxers who had hoped to qualify via this final tournament are World Championships Nedi Petecio and Southeast Asian Games gold medalist Carlo Palom. According to Pixon, they can still book their tickets to Tokyo via their world rankings. Now, the ABAP president, Ricky Vargas, made it clear that he was not losing hope for more Filipino boxers to be able to make it to the Olympics. Like Pixon, he's optimistic that their world rankings are going to work in their favor. He was quoted as saying, we have two boxers that are rated #1 in Asia. Again, this was an ABS-CBN interview. He said that I'm hoping that they're automatically going to be qualified. Already currently qualified for the Olympics are middleweight Yumer Marcial and flyweight Irish Magno, after their success at the Asia Oceania qualifiers that were held last March in Jordan. Officially, the Boxing Task Force is going to make an official announcement as to who qualifies for Tokyo next month under this new qualifying system. So that basically takes care of Philippines being first out of the gate with a comment on this new qualifying system that's set to be put in place. And I, of course, am going to keep you updated as we hear more reactions start to trickle in, especially from the other side of the globe. Changing tracks a little bit, the other story that I wanted to talk to you about today, Graham, was one involved Team USA. Now, we've mentioned as recently as yesterday that certain national teams have better access to training, to facilities, and funding for a number of different either political or socioeconomic reasons. So I was a little surprised when this one came across my desk, so to speak, the story out of Colorado this morning. In a typical Olympic year, the U.S. boxing team trains at the Olympic Training Center in Colorado. Now, this is a world-class facility that has all of the amenities that any boxer could, hope for or ask for. But, 2020 makes fools of us all, and there's nothing normal about these Tokyo Games. So that training center they normally use in Colorado Springs, Colorado, was closed in and around the holidays because of COVID-19. Regardless, Team USA's boxers are determined to get ready, and they were so desperate for a place to train that they started using the ballroom at the Hotel Elegante in Colorado Springs. So Coach Matt Johnson said, it's not your traditional boxing gym, but when you look at the last 10 months, nothing has looked traditional about what's going on for us. He went on to say that I don't know if they were sick of us boxing in a ballroom, but they said we've actually got a bigger space that could be more of a permanent solution for you guys. The hotel, what this turned out to be is the hotel owner had a vacant property. It's turned out to be an abandoned department store that he was willing to let the team use. Coaches, support staff, the whole nine were all moved in, including 4 full-size boxing rings. It's got everything you want to train, and it's worked out really well, Johnson went on to say. It's a really good space, he attests. So there you have it, Graham. Arguably one of the best funded Olympic teams in the world, if not the best funded, has been kicked out of their state-of-the-art training facility and is now training in a vacant shop. I mean, on the plus side, they can always set up the mannequins into a creepy faux audience of the damned kind of thing. Kind of give them a better idea what it's going to be like to fight at the actual games without the crowds. But there you go. No state-of-the-art saunas and showers afterwards. They're in an old Walmart or something. Not that I've ever seen a Walmart go out of business. It'll be one of their competitors. But yeah.
Bottom line, with 2 huge population bases, a ringing endorsement that, in fact, the Olympics are going to go forward.
Both teams are actually talking about doing other international qualifying events to get those, kind of keep hiking those world rankings. Because they've said that the world rankings that they're using are going back to 2017, but I don't believe there's been a statement as of yet as to when that cutoff is. If they're saying every year ranking up to when that initial qualifier would have taken place, or if these tournaments, like the one we were talking with Andrew, talked about in Budapest, the box guy, pardon the pronunciations on all the names and that, if those rankings are going to go towards the qualifying for the Olympics, because there's qualifiers coming up in Spain. There's teams that are headed to Bulgaria for another tournament coming up in the near future as well. So there's a few things that are happening in Europe, especially over the next little while. But I just don't know at this point whether those results are going to count towards Tokyo or not. Waiting more direction from the BTF. Again, they're going to be announcing who gets those qualifying spots next month. So theoretically, I would think that anything prior to next month, those tournaments should count.
Good. I'm hopeful that over the next few weeks, we'll see more and more news coming in from all these different countries who have a real good shot at medaling, I think.
Mm-hmm. Well, they're obviously still committed. I mean, again, they're fighting in an old department store instead of their state-of-the-art training center with all the saunas and the cold baths and the massage tables and all the other, the comforts of home, so to speak.
The Spartans. All right. Thanks very much. Appreciate it.
Always a pleasure.
All right. Remember, like, share, subscribe. And if you're subscribing, hit that bell and hear a ring for notifications, as we want to do every day. Thanks, Christian. We'll see you tomorrow.